Most Cockapoo grooms are overcomplicated. They don't grow out well and it's harder for owners to maintain at home. Today I'm going to show you a pet trim that we do in the salon every week. It's balanced, comfortable and easy to maintain and grows out beautifully within a 6 to 8 week period. There's one small trick that can elevate your groom from a good one to a great one, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is. You're going to get a haircut? This is George and he is a Cockapoo, so that is a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle mix. They often have this wavy coat type, which is hard to straighten. Sometimes some are curlier, some are straighter, and he's got quite a thick coat as well. He's on a 6-week grooming schedule, which is perfect. They should be grooming between every 6 to 8 weeks. And because he comes so frequently, he hasn't got any knots. So our first step is the bath. Bubble bath. Ready, Bubsy? Good boy, George. Rub-a-dub-dub, there's a dog in the tub. So I've lowered the pressure so I can wash over his head. Good boy. I've given him one wash and I've rinsed it off with clean fresh water, and now I'm going again. And I've also prepared a separate bottle so I can really concentrate in specific areas around his face and get that nice and clean and soapy, because you want that to be the cleanest because that's where everybody kisses. Okay, just doing our final rinse. Just want to make sure that you get all of the soap off, so there's no residue, as this can irritate the coat, the skin, and also make it harder for you to dry. You can see I'm going to hold the head down, rinse over, push it back, wipe away from the eyes. Good boy. Are you ready to get dried? Kitty knows everything so well, doesn't he? She's just like, yeah, pop that on my ears, thank you. And then for me as well, Georgie. So I'm just gonna pop on a neck noose so I've got extra security while I grab my blaster. And that's the first step to getting him nice and dry. It helps get all the excess water off. Because it goes directly to the skin, I can check him over for anything, any knots or any fleas, ticks, cuts, bruises, anything like that, that will become visible while I'm using the blaster. To dry the head, what we always do is remove the nozzle, so you've got a nice little soft flow, and it's the lowest setting as well. Now, time for our stand dryer. So this is also known as the finishing dryer. What I'm going to do is going to turn it on away from him so he doesn't get a fright again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim the air on certain areas of him, and then I brush at the same time. And this way I make sure that there's no knots, I'm getting to the skin, and I'm straightening that hair. Just wanted to show you quickly so you can see where I've brushed, how the hair is much straighter compared to here where I haven't done anything yet. And that's what we want all over. We have brushed and dried Mr. George. And now, if you watched last week's video, you know why I'm using this. But as you can see, I'm using my comb to make sure that I've got all the little knots and tangles out that the brush may have missed. Ha ha! You can see how it's just gently come out. There we go. Good boy, Mr. George. Muzzle, cheeks, everything. You go through everything. Oh yeah, is that nice? You've got a little scritch. Oh yeah. Dark blue for George's body, yellow comb attachment for his legs, and then the lilac for his head. We're going to start clipping with the dark blue comb attachment from the base of the occiput, so just behind the ears. I'm going to go in the direction of his coat, all the way along to his tail, going down towards the top of the leg here, underneath, and then to the top of the flank, and then diagonal down to the bend of the knee here, so just behind here. This is where you want to stop. Turning it on, nice start. At the start of the video, I mentioned that I'd be giving a little tip to help elevate your everyday pet trims. While I was going through George's groom steps with you, I actually gave it away. So if you have guessed it, leave a comment. And if you haven't, I'll explain at the end of his groom. Good boy, baby. I'm going to hold the tail down as well and just skim off the base. You want to make sure that your neck fold is very tight here, so either you can open the neck and stretch that skin, or you can go diagonally so you're not going down and dragging. I mean, he hasn't got a very saggy neck, but some dogs do, and then they can definitely fit between the comb attachment gaps. Next up, yellow for his legs, but I'm going to shave his pads first. I'm using the Wool Bravura Lithium with an interchangeable blade here. I'm going to use it on the shortest, which is about a 40 for the pads. And the reason why we do this is to prevent matting, get rid of any matting, and to prevent slipping. And if you are watching this within grass seed season, this is a must. You have to get really, really close. Even like, you can separate the toes and clip in between each digit. I also like to trim the nails once I've done the pads. A lot of people do prep work at the beginning, like Courtney and Keely from our team, they do prep work at the beginning, but I kind of do it throughout. How do you guys work? You want another treat? Yeah. All right, finally, the legs. I'm gonna hold, lift up, and clip. The reason why you want the leg to be up in the air and hanging, because you've got full coverage, and if their leg was down and you're trying to clip, you probably end up hurting their toes. Oops, with the comb attachment, and obviously that can happen as well. You want to make sure that you're not elevating the leg too high, that it's comfortable and you're the one who's all crooked. And then just lightly holding the foot and just coming down. Front leg, always sensitivity, but I'm gonna have him standing up. And again, I'm just gonna come in at the top, let the leg hang or rest it against my forearm. If they really fight me, then I'll just do as much as I possibly can, and then I'm gonna end up scissoring it anyway. So this is just to help me with speed and to get the bulk off. I know, Georgie George. But again, holding it out, I'm gonna get crooked. I also always block the dew claw as well. I always put my thumb or my finger on it so it doesn't get in between and I don't catch it. Not that that's ever happened, but I'm sure it can. Next up is scissoring of his legs, so just tidying up. And I am still using my scissor case because we still haven't found what we're doing here with everything. And yeah, the shop is still slowly coming together. We still have to buy a few things, change a few things, but I have got my trophy cabinet up with some of my trophies in. The door handle is still on its way. And finally, the gallery wall has started. So there's still some more things to do, but one day you'll get a full walkthrough of everything. It's a bit dirty. After you've clipped your leg, you always want to go over it with scissors and a comb because you're not going to get a completely neat groom just from the clipper. This is a finished scissored leg, and this is the clip leg that needs scissoring. So let me show you how to do it. Always I start by rounding off my feet. So I'm just going to pick up his foot because I like to do it from behind. These little bits are untidy and on the sides, that's what I'm going to trim. Nice and around so that you see this would fall on the floor. So I'm going to trim. And now that when his foot is down, you can see that it's all lifted from the floor. And I just go around following the shape. It's a nice circle. So because we've clipped this leg, it's the length that I desire. So I don't want to go shorter. So I'm only getting rid of all this unneat hair. So I'm not going to be taking off too much. Just following the shape of the leg because it's not a tube leg, it is a clip leg. A tube leg, you would leave this full going in. So I always start at the front of the leg and then I will go straight to the back. Tighter, leaving his hock more full. You see I'm just dusting, you can see the amount of hair that's coming off, it's not coming off in chunks. Say baby. And then again on the inside. This way you can scissor sideways, the edges here. And this is your finished scissored leg now. Before I move on to George's head, here is his body. And this is the elevated look. So he has a shorter body and longer legs. When owners ask for an all-off, this is kind of what we push for. Because if I was to do a dark blue on his body and his legs will actually appear shorter. And it's not gonna really make that much of a difference when you're brushing it out for the owners at home. He looks more balanced and more proportionate and doesn't have the little stick legs. So let's move on to his head. So it's something that I like to call the flower. I start from the center of the head and I just follow the hair around. I'm going to do the corner of the eyes with my thinning scissor. Next up, the fringe. I'm going to keep his lovely long eyelashes. Use my thinning scissor. Create a fringe. And now I'm just going to do a nice round face, just following a semicircle shape. I'm just going to continue shaping his face in a circular manner until I get the desired look that I'm after. You lovely boy. I think I've got another. The dark blue body, yellow legs, lilac head is a very easy maintenance groom, and it's lovely, isn't it, Georgie? Show the camera. Show the camera your lovely face. Here he is. And we will see you next week. Let me get his collar.